Were you downstairs getting warmed up? Were you doing some kind of riding
soccer?
The bike?
Yeah, what are we doing?
What's it called?
A little warm-up activation, you could call it. But no, I was just got there, started drinking my coffee and tape my sticks.
He's one of the older guys in the team, eh?
Yeah.
Had my coffee, taped my sticks. What's it been like being in Regina here as a 20?
It's been great. A little bit different with all the movement we've had and whatnot. I'm sure you guys have talked about that at length, but no, it's been good. Coaching staff has been great, and I'm just being here for the younger guys.
Let's talk about this uni, because I've been wearing this for most of the show. I'm loving these.
I think they look sick.
Aren't they fantastic?
Yeah.
I think last time I looked, yours was at $375
already.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, so there's people bidding on you, baby. So don't get any blood on it tonight or anything, right? Keep it clean.
Some of that North Vancouver money.
Yeah.
Coming this way to Sasky, eh?
Maybe. Who knows? That's big money being thrown around right now.
That's right. Well, Bears is over $1,000.
Is it?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
There's a bidding war going on.
Yeah, on Connors.
That's going to be a pricey one.
Yeah, that's a nice jersey. We talked about with Connor when he was on earlier, and he came from Calgary. You guys go do that swing. I'm calling it the triangle of death, right? You got Calgary, Medicine Hat, Lethbridge. As a 20, a guy that went through the grind last year with Saskatoon that I want to get to. What's it like going into those games with such a young squad?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Like being on that team last year, Saskatoon, you expect every team's best game. So being kind of an underdog, you can go in there knowing you can kind of catch them off guard. So that's kind of been our message, and we have nothing to lose. So go in there, play our game, and see what happens, right?
And you guys gave Lethbridge a heck of a game.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that like a build some confidence in these young guys, a game like that?
I can't speak on behalf of the boys. I was out for a little bit there, but the boys played well, and it was a close game. We gave them a run for their money, and hopefully we can get them next week here.
Saskatoon last year, what was that run like?
It was unreal. Like, I've had a lot of people talk to me and whatnot, ask me that question. It's surreal to be thrown in where I have people ask me that, like, it's the best WHL series that's ever going to be thrown down or whatever, right? So yeah, like, you go game 7, 6 out of 7 games going to overtime. There's a lot of nerves on the table, but yeah, just go out and play.
So you've got a unique opportunity ahead of you now. You've committed to NCAA Div 1. Now, what's the name of the school again?
Robert Morris.
Robert Morris. When you came here, obviously, at the start of the year, that wasn't in the mix. That wasn't part of the plan. How did you feel when that became an opportunity for you?
Yeah, seeing Whitey go through it definitely changed my outlook on it, you could say. And yeah, seeing having that couple conversations with schools and whatnot, I wasn't really too keen on it until Robert Morris started talking to me about it. And yeah, they gave me a pretty sweet offer, and they got a pretty young team right now, but in a year or two we're going to be quite the team.
So because that's so new to the Western Hockey League guys, we never had that opportunity. Didn't exist prior to this year. What's the conversations like in the room or around the league? Are there guys talking about it now, whereas before it was never a part, or are you guys just all surprised now at what's coming to you?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just staying loyal to your team. Everyone, we can talk about it freely now, but at the start of everything, it was like, are you going to go and stuff like that, right? But I think it's a great opportunity, and like I said earlier, like, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get to play in the best junior league in the world, and then now go see what down south is like.
Good for you.
What's Robert Morris University all about?
Yeah, they're 20 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. They're 12 minutes from the airport. They got a pretty good hockey team right now, and like I said, they're pretty young, but this team will be good.
For yourself, like, were you scholastically, a few years ago, because you've been out of school, right? Like, that is that transition going to be tough? Were you a school guy? Like you mentioned, you kind of wasn't a thing that you were thinking about, but now, like, clearinghouse, you got, I don't know, SAT, like all that stuff.
Yeah, I thought you don't have to do the SAT anymore, which is huge.
No offense.
No, but I take pride in my schoolwork. I had pretty good grades in high school, but I've been taking 2 university classes. I just finished microeconomics at the start of this year, kind of keep the brain a little bit fresh. And then right now I'm taking COM 100.
Good for you.
Do you think for the younger guys right now with how things are, and Sharky mentioned it, right, where Braxton came out and kind of shocked everybody, but people knew it was coming. Do you think these younger guys now will take school a little more serious?
I think so. I think it could be a determining or a factor that could be you making a team or not making a team, right? So, yeah, we've had chats about that side of the things. I mean, there's so many so many layers to it, and it's still all so green to everyone. So, I don't know. I think just having no excuses why you can't make a team, and schoolwork being one of them, is huge.
It's interesting you say that, because in the past, the Western Hockey League, although they've encouraged the schoolwork and there's a scholastic award, for a lot of players, their goal was beyond that, and they maybe didn't focus on that. And it might change some of the way they look at some of the way they're showing up to the rink every day.
For sure. Or you get some young guys that think they're still going to the show. So I love it. I respect it.
Yep.
But then you always got to have plan B.
You do every day.
Has the league changed at all? You know, because it probably seems like yesterday that you were a sick young guy in the league, right? And now you're kind of on your way out.
The twilight of your Western League career.
Yeah. Everyone always says, like, oh, when you're 20, like when I was 16, 17, like, oh, enjoy it, Babs. Like, it's going to go by fast, right? And you're like, oh yeah, like got so many games left, right? But then it was so surreal this year when it's like, holy smokes, this is my last season. And now it's like, oh, wow, I have 20 games left in my dub career.
Yeah, that's got to be alarming to look at the no doubt.
So you started in Kelowna, and then, you know, like we talked about last year with the Blades, now you're with the Pats. Be real with us here. What's the best road trip? Is it in Kelowna, going somewhere quick like the Kamloops, or where's the best roadie? Where's the best barn to play in?
Oh, that's a good question. Personally, I like playing against my former teams. Like playing Kelowna this year was a lot of fun. Playing Saskatoon tomorrow, I'm looking forward to that one. But I don't know. I always thought Everett had one of the coolest junior barns, and then playing in obviously the two NHL rinks, Calgary and Edmonton, is always a hoot.
I'll bet it is.
What makes Everett so cool?
I don't know. It's just like a perfect junior barn. The fans are crazy, and
just the right size, right?
Cowbells and didn't they get rid of that though this year?
What, the cowbells or what?
I think I saw something like that.
Well, in the States, there's different rules.
Yeah.
They sell beer in like a popcorn box. Like, how did they get rid of the cowbells?
Oh, that's good. Because I've always said that when teams from out here, who was it just doing it? Oh, Swift Current. It's like they started in Victoria,
right,
and then they went Vancouver, and then it's like
working their way back.
George, right. Like there's some greasy trips to go out that way
for sure. But I mean, going on a ferry and stuff like that. Like this year, we had a couple guys that never like. It's a little different for me being from Vancouver. It's like, oh, like you're on a ferry, but for these guys, it's kind of eye opening for them, right?
When you were in North Vancouver Hawk, right? You're a younger guy. Did you ever come out and play in Saski? When's your first time coming out to Saski when it's been cold?
Yeah, we came out. I can't remember when it was, but we had that tournament in Bantam. Bedard was on my team, and a couple of buddies that play NCAA now
in Regina.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We came and played at Cooperators.
Yeah,
so
and been the big one.
Was the roof leaking?
No, not
it's too cold.
Yeah, it is now. So,
is it?
So Bedard, you and Bedard, that was Bantam.
Yeah.
What was he like back then?
Nah, he's always been a stud. Like he's so good. He's dominated at every level, so it doesn't surprise me that he's doing well up there.
Was he thinking the game? Like we watch Maddox Schultz with the Pats C's now as a 14. Like and you can tell his hockey IQ is like that kid's only 14 years old. Was Bedard like that too?
Yeah, just his details in his game were so locked in, and then obviously his shot was just ridiculous even back then. So,
and he'd have been what, 12 or 13 when you were playing in a Bantam tournament?
Yeah, pretty much.
How'd you guys do in that tourney? It's the Graham Tour.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I think we did all right. I think we lost to Martinsville. They had
Marauders. Good team. Bad jerseys.
They had Height and Jagger, I remember.
Yeah,
that team.
Did you ever hear the story about the Saskatoon Contacts team? It must have been the next year, the COVID year. Who they had? They had Height, Jagger, Catton, Chadwick, Price, all on and they only played like a number.
That's
games.
right. Yeah,
That was cool, but Triple A.
Could you imagine? That team would have done wow.
Yeah, they had a chance to win it all instead. They get to stay home with the flu.
So tonight, Wenatchee's here. It's the Indigenous celebration night. Sharkies, if you're watching the stream, wearing the jersey. What was Babcock's at?
I think about 500. Yeah.
Some of that North
Keeps
Vancouver.
going up.
Well, we'll double check it. We'll go back and we'll double check.
That's we're going to get that North Vancouver money going after it. As I said, thanks so much for making some time to
Right on.
come
You
up
know
with
what?
Of course.
your coffee. What are you weighing in at these days?
206. I just weighed in. So
Thick.
Good luck next year.
thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's a great
You become a
opportunity for
Pens fan?
it. Yeah, I think I got to. Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
wasn't really a big fan of the Nucks anyway. So
Turmoil this year.
yeah.
I think they traded the wrong guy.
What do you mean, Miller?
you. Yeah.
No comment.
I don't know much.
No inside scoop.
No.
John Babcock from the Regina Pats joining us 7 p.m. at Puck Drop here tonight.